I have some concerns, Malad, which I must express to your lordship.
All right, one thing before the West Bengal matter opens up, I'll request everyone to observe some order in arguments, so that we don't want a situation where people just scream in the middle merely because there are people and people are watching on the live streaming. Let's have some order so that we'll hear everybody, but everybody in their own turn. Is all that I'll say. So last time it was quite a spectacle. Juniors just getting up in the middle, and I don't appreciate that. Yes. Everybody wants a point. No, please. Mr. Sibbal is in. Mr. Sibbal will.
Indicate the order so that we know in which order we are supposed to address
it as we go along.
Would your lordship like to see the report, my lord? So that would your lordship like to see the report? Progress.
Let's see the report for a second. Let's see the report.
Yes, these are the.
And then we'll come back to you. All right, just before we see the report, what's the point that you're going to make?
I have really great concerns. That's what's happening, Mullahs. Your lordships issued so moto, Mullahs, to take up the matter.
Yes.
Mullahs, to find out what was happening on the ground.
Right.
We as state, Mullahs, are appearing before your lordships only to tell you as to what is happening. Mullahs, now what happens is if you live stream matters like this, and this is the point I'm going to raise. If you live stream matters which have emotive implications, huge emotive implications, we're not for the accused. We don't stand for the accused. We're only called upon to tell you what the state has done. You're looking at it, Mullahs. And moment your lordship makes any comment, Mullahs, then the entire, Mullahs, we have a reputation. We have 50 years of reputation, which is being destroyed. Overnight is being destroyed.
Simple. We'll bear that in mind. We'll certainly bear that in mind. Therefore, we requested everybody to observe a sense of order in making arguments.
Mullahs, your lordships have held, in fact, in Swapnil, that matters of this nature shall not be live streamed.
We'll not.
Your lordships have said that.
We'll not stop the screening.
No, but Mullahs, then it should not be. Mullahs, kindly see what is happening.
Let people. It's a matter of public interest.
Correct, Mullahs. I'm not saying that. But what's happening is, Mullahs, our reputations are also at stake, Mullahs. Why should we be vilified in this fashion to say I am laughing? Where was I laughing? I was not laughing at anything. I was not laughing at what had happened. It is the most heinous crime that was committed.
I don't believe it.
Yes, but that's exactly what's happening. And Mullahs,
I don't want to join issues.
This is not fair.
Don't laugh. It's not a laughing.
Threats to the women in our chamber, Mullahs. This is not fair.
All right. If there's a threat to any of the women appearing, women or man appearing in the matter,
yes, but it should be taken care of.
Because lawyers do their work out of a no lawyer appearing in a matter.
Acid will be thrown on us. We will be raped. That's what's happening on the ground, sir.
All right. We'll take care of
this. This is not fair, Mullahs.
We'll take care of that. We'll ensure that any threat to any member of the bar, either on this side, in the middle, on the other side.
What will you do about people on the ground saying this to us? Nothing can be done.
My lords like to specify an order in which things go.
Parents, she may mention I'm appearing for the parents of the victim.
Got your point, Mr. Sibbal. Mr. Solicitor, let us look at the status report which has been submitted by the CBI, right?
It is.
My lords, I'm appearing for the parents of the victim and my.
Fair enough. Let's look at the status report. That's page 8 and 9.
Yes. From the date of the first arrest, it's doubtful whether it would be 60 or 90, but we are not taking chances.
90 days, Mr. Mehta.
It should be 90 days, but and even I'll just give the date. 60 days. This report will remain
Act for the filing of the charge sheet.
Pardon?
Can you just read it out?
My lords, under the new act, as far as rape is concerned, it says 60 days. But here there is rape
And murder. And
It will be 90 days.
it has to be 90 days. It has to be.
Section 1.
There is time for.
Yes, yes. My lord, another thing, my lord, we have been
One thing
careful.
which I would, Mr. Solicitor, just a second. The investigation, and this is for all the lawyers who are representing, particularly the family, the resident doctors, and others. We have looked at the status report of the CBI. Making a disclosure today about what the CBI is doing will jeopardize the course of the investigation. So I think all of you are very seasoned lawyers. You understand why we cannot also disclose the lines of the further investigation that the CBI is conducting. Let me only assure you that the line of the further investigation which is being carried out by the CBI is intended to unearth the absolute truth and the further truth. And from the principal, there's been an arrest of the SHO himself. He's in the custody of the CBI, and very significant pieces of investigation would be revealed during the course of the investigation. So let us. We have seen the status report. CBI has also, I must also tell you without going into specifics, that CBI has responded specifically to the issues which all of us raised during the course of the last hearing, including whether the form, is there a likelihood of the scene of crime SOC having been tampered with, of whether evidence was destroyed, whether there was complicity of any other person in of the requisite authorities were under an obligation
And why?
to discharge their statutory duties under the law by reporting the crime. Apart from this, it would be unwise for us as a court of the forensic evidence which is obtained in the course of the multi-layered voice samples. So, a variety of issues, CBI is proceeding at this stage on various leads, some involving outside expert agencies. Let me not disclose more than that, because then there's, it will completely dislocate the investigation. So please rest assured that so far as CBI is concerned, CBI, apart from performing its own independent responsibilities, has also responded to some of the concerns which all of you raised and which we also raised, Brother Pardiwala raised, Brother Manoj Mishra raised, I raised in the course of the last hearing. There is still time to complete the investigation. The easiest thing in the world would be to say that we'll complete the investigation in 1 week. That would not subserve the purpose of unearthing the truth. We have to give CBI adequate time, and they are not sleeping over the investigation. But please send this message across that the reason why CBI requires time is so that the truth is unearthed. And any attempt to expedite, any attempt to close it within a time-bound frame will perhaps lead to a dislocation of the whole purpose of the investigation, which we are all interested in ensuring a proper investigation which arrives at the ultimate truth. So, which is being carried out right,
There is
right,
one.
right now.
Only a minute, ma'am. If
We are also, let's add item on that.
only a minute more. Lord,
Communication that the parents, with respect to investigation, have made already to the CBI. If I may,
Maybe have a look at it.
may I just hand these over, and I'll give a copy to.
Lord, one more reason, if you don't mind.
We'll just, what we'll do is,
Can I say something? ma'am?
all right, 1 second. Since the SG has submitted the report, we will hear him for a minute so that if there's something else, then that part is
I
over.
wish to, my lord, add
Yeah.
one more thing. Lord, this is, my lord, a communication from the investigating agency to the court. Lord, we have also been very, very guarded. The disclosure, my worry is the disclosure, the potential cover-up, etc., may not, my lord, help the accused persons eventually. Therefore, also, my lord, we have been very, very careful in writing. Your lordships may consider reading between the lines. In charge sheet, my lord, also we will be very careful that anything, because we got, my lord, after 5 days, anything which happened during that 5 days, we will be very careful that the benefit doesn't go to the accused persons. my lord.
Yes.
Lord, on behalf doctors. Will address their concerns later. I will confine my comment now only to the investigation. My lord, to our personal knowledge, we have names of persons who were present on the scene of the crime who had no business to be there. In the light of the concern expressed by this court that their names should not be made public so as not to compromise the investigation, we are willing to submit in sealed cover to my learned friend or directly to the CBI so that they can take up on those leads. We know that they were present.
I agree.
Just a minute. We know they were present at the scene of the crime. We have their names, but I'm not making it public in the light of the concern expressed by this court. I'm willing to put it in sealed cover and share it with the CBI.
That's one.
And that, my lord, I agree, my lord. They can give it to me or to the CBI directly. It would reach right now, my lord, to the
All right.
joint director and additional
Now, you
director.
would like to give us that. Let's see what you have.
Just as an addition, their presence there, Malad, and taking pictures and circulation should also be looked at.
All right. We'll just
Yes.
we'll come back to you.
Yes.
Just
I didn't see it in my.
ensuring that certain specific leads in the course of the investigation are obtained. Again, in the interests of protecting protecting what he wants to be done, namely a fair investigation, we will not reveal what he has suggested in the letter, which is a confidential letter. What we can only share with you right now is from the status report,
Please, my lord.
a number of issues which you have referred to in this letter have by and large been covered.
Please, my
But the specificity with which you have mentioned certain aspects is something which the CBI should look at.
I'm
We
great.
will say that, these are very valuable inputs which you have given, which the CBI should look at to ensure that they are following up these leads. From what they have submitted to us, we feel that they are looking at
Moving
some
in
of
that
these
direction.
leads. They are handicapped themselves on certain aspects. I can only say that at this point in time.
Whatever is destroyed is.
But
he came
they are handicapped at this point of time by the 5-day delay.
Yes.
But nonetheless, they must look at each one of these things and ensure that that is
My lord,
okay.
if I may just add, for instance, at point serial number 4.
Till number 4.
In fact, on receiving the letter, the CBI immediately contacted the parents, and the parents then accompanied them for the needful investigation.
Right.
So my request is that the CBI needs to maintain some liaison and communication with the parents.
Can be maintained, my lord. That's the
Wants to
list
assure
we can
them.
do to the
Yes.
parents.
They are,
That's
they
the
are
list
by
we
anxiety,
can do to
and
the parents.
there's a lot of information swirling. They don't know what to believe. And so some of that would be assuaged, as well as the investigation will gain from conversation with them, as they already are.
I don't need to even ask my officers. I accept this suggestion. My lord, they must be, my lord, kept informed. That's the minimum any investigating agency can do to parents of a, my lord, a girl who has.
All right.
I'm grateful.
So that covers this. Now, yes, sir. Just 1 second. 1 second. I told you that we'll follow some order, right? Just don't jump in like this. No, not at all. Yes.
It's just a suggestion for the CBI. My lord, the old
There is
test,
there is one concern. But in Wikipedia, the name and photo of the girl is still there, my lord.
We have directed by
Lordship
judicial order that
have,
it
my
will
lord,
be
but it
pulled down.
continues to.
All the photographs, her name must
We
be
will,
pulled
my
down.
lord, the moment we.
They are not taking
there
it
is a
down, my lord.
problem. But we will intimate, my lord, them to put.
We will pass an order because the name of her name and photographs cannot.
Yes.
And photographs should not be there.
And it may be specifically mentioned, my
You
lord.
have it
that-
here, Mr. Solicitor?
Yeah.
You have it, just give it to us.
My direction was.
What is the date? Yes, we passed that direction. What is the date of the downloading here?
My lord, yesterday my learned friend Mr. Agarwal downloaded. It's still yesterday it is there, my lord.
And Wikipedia was contacted and asked to remove it, and they said we refuse to be censored. This was their response. As yesterday. They were
But this is not censored. You are right. But
No, we
this is
agree
not
with you.
privacy.
We
You are
agree.
being told not to commit an
Because
offense.
law mandates non-disclosure
Yeah.
of the identity of the deceased in a case involving rape and murder.
Absolutely.
So, 228A of the IPC.
So this is not censoring
We have GMON testing. Now, Marat, it is up to the CBI to take this particular technology, because this is what is where the whole DNA is taken and it is done. This is the latest technology which is available.
The genome testing.
Genome test. I will not, I know exactly when Laris Solicitor says that external agencies are being used. I was going to use that point, but I will not use it. There's also tower thumping technology. I believe that
Rest assured.